I'm coming tonight because I've tried to go through every single channel to address a policy that's going on in City Hall right now. Every channel has either been ignored or agreed with me. I have been denied access to City Hall on 3 different occasions, 2 of which are on video. The videos have gone almost viral at this point. I work for an organization that teaches people their rights and gives a voice to victims of government corruption. To me, our rights are a very important thing. It's not a joke. It's not a laughable topic, as some people in City Hall has directly said to me while I was protesting this. The policy is that you can't enter that building without an ID. That is a public space paid for by taxpayers, and we had no say in this policy. City Council had no say in this policy. This policy was ad hoc out to Parks Department, and Mr. Ralph Carp met me at the door and denied me access to the building when I stated what I was there for, which was a legitimate purpose to check on a right to know request. This request was filed anonymously. I never left my name and address, and that is allowed by Pennsylvania state law. For a policy to be in place that directly contradicts that is a very serious issue, in my opinion. I have the utmost respect for my city. I love Bethlehem. I worked for a long time to be able to afford to move to the nice area of Bethlehem. I raise a family in this town. I care about this town. I've had a very nice meeting with the chief of police, sitting down and had a very civilized conversation, and that's all I asked for from the administration here, who has denied that. This story has been reported on in local news twice and been ignored. So far, nothing has changed at all about the policy. The newspaper has been told twice that the policy is being changed. I've been told numerous times by the city solicitor that the policy was being worked on. It's something that was enacted on 9/11, and it's 15 years later. This is not something that's constitutional. We have a right to enter our own city hall. If I choose not to carry ID with me, I should not have to turn around and go home or be denied access to my city hall because I simply don't have ID. Both Allentown and Easton do not have a policy like this, and their crime rate is astronomically higher than Bethlehem. And quite frankly, if you're a registered gun owner and allowed to carry it, you're allowed in City Hall with that gun. It's been voted on in Pennsylvania. What are they trying to protect by taking our IDs at the door? It's a frivolous policy meant to just create more government invading into our lives. And I feel as though that this needs to be addressed now by City Council because I've tried every other channel and it's not being addressed. Does anyone have a comment about it? Has anyone seen the stories in the paper? Well, I've tried every other channel, and I've held back. I'm also sitting on the board for the Lehigh Valley ACLU, who have advised me that this is not a good policy. This is not something that the Department of Parks and Public Works is the business card that Mr. Ralph Carp gave to me. That's public space. We pay for that space. If I walk through a park, would I be required to hand an ID? The same requirement should be there for City Hall, and it's not. I asked the council to please look at this and see what's happening to the numerous people while I was protesting that was turned away from their city building. This is not just me. Numerous people have been turned away for not having ID. The entire South Side is poor. A lot of them have no ID. A lot of them cannot afford it. There are elderly in this town that cannot afford it. We don't need ID to vote for them, but we need ID to go see them and ask questions. That's absurd. That's all I have to say.